SPX6900 has fallen with the rest of the altcoin space. It's down 75% from its all-time high. The question is this potentially an opportunity? Because we want to buy when nobody is buying. And SPX is still among the top 10 meme coins. But now, with the general contraction of the market, its market cap is only at 400 million. And at the top, it was at 2 billion. So is there a potential 5x from here? Videos about SPX6900 still get above average views, as in the typical video on this channel gets the number of views that's shown in this gray area, and the blue line is very much at the upper bound. So let's have a look at the on-chain metrics. Let's see who's buying and selling here, and let's see whether or not the risk versus potential reward is worth it for SPX6900. Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in the crypto space for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago, and it is mainly through active altcoin trading. My track record is on the website down below. In the last 2 years, I started to publish my trades in real time, and we are now, with the open positions included, at an all-time high. We made 47% per annum in the last 2 years, while the vast majority of people just lost their funds. Now, every single trade is on this website. So that's true for all of the closed positions. Feel free to go through the history. The current open positions, that's of course exclusive to the premium members. Link is also down below. Now on X, formerly known as Twitter, we see nothing but positivity, nothing but optimism. But optimism doesn't always help us, right? Optimism also led to a 75% decline. It's important to be realistic. It's important to have a proper risk versus reward calculation. I publish data regularly on X as well. So in case you don't follow this channel's account yet, feel free to check it out. Make sure though that you follow the right account. So that's at Bitcoin Strat. That's the only real account. Please do not follow any fakers, scammers, impersonators. At Bitcoin Strat, that's the only real account. Now on the US dollar chart, it looks like long-term SPX rather goes down. We've got lower lows, and we could make an argument for lower highs as well. But while those bottoms and tops don't align very well on the US dollar based chart, they align much better on the Bitcoin based chart. So this now measures SPX6900's performance relative to Bitcoin. And I like those kind of relative performances because it cancels out the general macro, right? When Bitcoin goes up, then most altcoins go up. When Bitcoin goes down, most altcoins go down. What matters is what's the relative performance? What's the opportunity cost? How much can we potentially outperform? Is it worth it to get into an altcoin over Bitcoin and taking on that additional risk? And that's what a chart like this really answers. If you were to go back to the all-time high in SPX's relative performance to Bitcoin, it could outperform by 175%. Now, this dotted line over here, that's the equilibrium price. This is historically how SPX traded relative to Bitcoin. And with that metric, SPX could outperform by another 21% roughly. Currently, the momentum is very much positive. Now, here's the beauty with an OG meme coin like SPX. There's no expanding supply. We are at our 962 million, and that will not change 1 year from now, 2 years from now, ever. That's very different to Pudgy Penguins or to Bonk, those meme coins that have been heavily promoted by the market makers and centralized exchanges. SPX6900 seems to be a project that really grew through the support of the community. There's nothing fancy here. We've got 2 versions of the token, one on Ethereum, one on Base. And there's roughly 300,000 holders. So with a market cap of 384 million, that translates into an average holding position of a bit over $1,000 per holder. Now, meme coin trading is interesting because it's the pure play. It's the honest play. It's the play on attention. It's the play on adoption. It's not a play on technology. It's not a play on a narrative like tokenized assets, like regulatory changes. It's pure attention. So it's all about just who figures out when more people learn about the token, when more people buy back in. And we can see that in the correlation of the social mentions over time. That's the bar chart in brown in the background, and the price chart, that's in green. So really, when we want to predict where is SPX6900 going from here, we just have to predict if and when social attention will come back. And so that creates this interesting interconnectedness, as in when the price goes up, that also in turn generates more attention, and that attention can lead to more price increases. Of course, until enough people have heard about it, and then there's more marginal sellers than marginal buyers. That's the bear case. But then there's also the bull case. Let's say there is one whale that suddenly decides to buy a lot of SPX6900. Many people learn about this. Many people get into the token as well. And that can also reinforce itself. So trading momentum makes a lot of sense. And what we see over here, that's Bitcoin Strategy Analytics. That's a backtesting platform. We simulate buying and selling the asset to try to find the best trading rules. And we now do this for SPX6900. We try to find out when are we going long or short. And we do this now for this backtest without any leverage. The strategy we are optimizing for is when should we buy when there's a golden cross versus a death cross. So the cross of two moving averages. What's the best moving averages when we trade SPX6900? And the result is over here. We've got the slow moving average at the bottom. We've got the fast moving average on the left. And the best combination, that's this over here. The 9-day simple moving average versus the 4-day simple moving average. A cross of those two moving averages gives the best trading signals for SPX. And here is how well that used to work. So SPX unfortunately underperformed over the years if we exclude the very early days where there was only decentralized trading, right? Once the centralized exchanges came in, SPX tended to rather decline. But if we followed this 4-day, 9-day simple moving average combined strategy, the annualized performance is close to 300%. So every year an almost 4x in returns. And that's then how that looks like over time, right? This is the SPX chart. And this is our chart trading according to the moving averages. So where are we now? The situation looks positive. We have just gotten our golden cross. And that was on the 1st of July. Since then, the price has already appreciated by 20%. Here's a death cross. We would be betting on falling prices. Here's a golden cross. We bet on rising prices. Another death cross and now another golden cross. The 4-day plus 9-day simple moving average works very well to time the short term for the asset. And I know already the people commenting down below, there is no chart in SPX6900. That's of course a meme as well. But again, I don't like to just trade based on memes, based on sentiment, based on feeling. This is how people get wrecked. If you become too opinionated and not opportunistic enough, then you're just following tweets like this and burn your money. I think it's much better to just use data. And for whatever reason, the 9-day plus 4-day simple moving average works extremely well for SPX6900. The win rate is only 50%, but the reason why the strategy works is because the average win is plus 19%, while the average loss is minus 9%. So the average winner is double the size of the average loser. And of course, this flips around regularly. Every 9 days, on average, there is a change. But that's then what causes a long-term outperformance without having to go through a 75% decline. And so that's in general my approach with altcoin trading. That's why the track record looks the way it does. I cannot share the current open positions, but again, all the closed positions are also posted on the public website. And especially for smaller altcoins that have a very strong movements, using backtests works very well. For example here, this is Luna Classic. We entered the short position over here on the 12th of May. And you can verify every single trade through the Telegram message that was posted at the time. So we had a nice rally. Then we had a death cross. So for Luna Classic, it's a 6-day and 10-day simple moving average that worked well. And then subsequently, we had the golden cross. And that's when we closed the short position. So that's just one of many examples. This approach has been working very well for us. That's why we are able to make money while the rest of the market is suffering. Now, I don't want to leave you hanging like this. Yes, I cannot share all the open positions now. However, there's now this website linked down below in the comments. You can get one free premium trade. So that's a trade that I personally have opened, that most of the premium members have opened, and that I believe will continue to make money. There's no payment requirement. There's no credit card requirement. The trade will be emailed to you, and then you will also get access to a premium tutorial video on how to set up that trade and how to do proper risk management. That's also for free. You will also get that sent to your email. So yeah, SPX6900 looks bullish in the short term. Make sure though to watch those two SMAs, the 4-day simple moving average and the 8-day simple moving average. There is short-term upside of roughly 21% versus Bitcoin. That's when we get back to the equilibrium. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish here regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you next time. Cheers.